It's a review of the 21st edition of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, which was held over the weekend at the Grand Arena Accra International Conference Center. Remember, the event had been postponed as a result of the coronavirus outbreak. On Friday, it came off. We had the industry awards. Saturday was the main event, and on Sunday, it was the recognition of frontline workers concert. Kuami Eugene has been crowned the Artist of the Year, and Kofi Kinate's Things Fall Apart as the popular song of the year. My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantepa. Welcome to Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV.
The Artist of the Year
God is good. God is good. Real quick, Charlie, thank you so much to every Ghanaian out there for supporting this Kuami Eugene project. Charlie, from Fagama, I know I expect this. I will never forget this. God bless you, ladies entertainment. Ma, wherever you find yourself, Kuami Mayewa, Rockstar, Africa still number one. Thank you so much, Ghana, for supporting this whole Rockstar project till now. I appreciate this, and I'll forever be grateful. How do I give it to the world? Rockstar Africa!
Kuami Eugene, they're being crowned the Artist of the Year 2020, and joining me for this discussion is Edem Chotome. I hope I got it right there.
Chotome. Is it Chotome?
Chotome. Okay. What's the meaning?
Why the buffaloes are in a way?
What's the meaning?
No one can tell.
No. Oh, okay.
No one can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Edem writes for the spectatoronline.com. A regular face, another Samuel Bedu, entertainmentgh.com, and welcome.
Thank you very much, my brother.
So the event finally came off after it was postponed due to the outbreak of coronavirus. And I know one thing that has been the bone of contention is the Artist of the Year, which went to Kuami Eugene. Arnold,
Yes, sir.
let me begin with you. And that's because I saw your post, which you were reacting to some fans of Kofi Kinata who were, saying that Kofi Kinata deserves, and then you stated in your post that Sarkodie really deserves it, and that Kinata and his people are late. The votes have already been cast. Were you surprised at the outcome, Kuami Eugene being crowned?
Okay, so because of the experience, in following award schemes, you should always understand the fact that every nominee is a potential winner. And it's funny that when the nominees are enlisted, we do not make a lot of noise as to does he deserve to be there and all that stuff. Usually it's after the awards are given, that's when you see a lot of people commenting on whether he deserves it or not. So the first fact on ground is the fact that every nominee is a potential winner. So big ups to Kuami Eugene. However, there's also a metric or a criterion or criteria with which you can use to separate all the nominees. And this same metric or criteria is what is used to vote. So for example, if you go to the academy, the board, they are supposed to look at the criteria definition to actually separate one nominee from the other in choosing the eventual winner. That same criteria is supposed to apply to the general public as well. However, you cannot bank your hopes on the general public going according to the category definition, because the general public, not every member of the public would want to, you understand, first of all, even know what the definition is all about. So it's essential that the academy and the board members are supposed to, because of their technical know-how, are supposed to base their decision on the category definition. So big ups to Kuami Eugene. But based on the category definition and the facts on the ground with regards to who had the biggest or highest audience appeal within the year under review, I strongly felt that Sarkodie actually did fit the bill as to winning the Artist of the Year more than the rest. And so, for me, this is the third time in last 5 years of VGMA that I have had an issue with who is winning the Artist of the Year. It doesn't take anything away from the winner. It's just my personal view. And again, regardless of what I say, the award will not be taken away from Kuami, Eugene. The award was not taken away from EL in 2016. It was not taken away from Joe Metal in 2017. In 2016, I had an issue with regard to EL winning over Bisa. Because I felt Bisa did more based on the category definition than EL. But then, of course, once EL was a nominee, I had no problem with him winning. Same for 2017 when Joe Metal won. And Joe's win, I had an issue because he did not have a hit song. And the category definition for that said the artist must have released a hit song or hit album. But when you look at the category nomination list, Joe was not placed in any of the popular songs, and so it presupposed that he didn't have a hit song. But that was an issue to do with the board and the selection of the nominees. And this year, like I've said, I figure that based on the level of activity between Sarkodie and Stone and Eugene or the rest of the nominees, I felt it should have been a third win for Sarkodie in regard to Artist of the Year. Yes.
So the category definition, the Artist of the Year is the artists are judged by the board, the academy, and the general public as the artist who released a hit single or album during the year under review and has a high audience appeal and popularity, must be one of the artists with the highest nominations in the year under review. Adam, you hold a separate, a different view from Arnold's?
Not that different. I think majority of showbiz pundits tipped Sarkodie ahead of everybody, and I think it was because of what he was able to do within the year under review. He released an EP, an album, and he had about strongest song. We had a lot of his songs in 2019, but it is his song which has crossed over, getting to the end of even 2020. Ofechon, very loud, strong, and that was in 2019, and if you talk about audience appeal, all of these things add up to that. Aside that, he had Sarah, it was very big, Party and Bullshit, Lucky, Anaju plus his Black Love album, and if you look at the Tema Fest he organized, it wasn't just a day event. There were a series of activities, and it talks about influence. If you don't have that influence, you cannot, and you don't have that clout, you cannot put up the event he put up in Tema. And considering his win at the BET when he was made ambassador on his return, among other things he did within the year, his fans' engagement, where he gave out things to them, among others, puts him relatively up than his other colleague. But like Arnold said, there has been some sort of surprises some years ago, and that you are to be guided by that, so you don't have to be so passionate about it. You need to leave some rooms for surprises, and that is what I left, because I knew that Kuami Eugene too did well, but it cannot be matched to that of Sarkodie. You can talk about some of the things he did, like his Obiato. It was one of the fantastic songs out there. It has about 2.3 million views on YouTube. His other song, Ohima, over 4 million, about 4.3 million views on YouTube. And let's not take that thing from Kuami Eugene in terms of collaborations with other people. And also, there was one thing happening in the industry. If you are not careful, you will not see. Because those we see as a big act, like the Shatawale, Sarkodie, have a certain price tag. Most of the event organizers are going for what they call the new generation. And if you are not careful in the year under review, these boys play a lot of shows. You see, and all of these things contribute. And One other fact, that is the public vote. That is one thing you don't know what goes into, because maybe there is the academy, there is a board where you would think that, okay, they will put certain technicalities into perspective to select this. When it comes to the public voting, they can sway to anybody. So that is what, made me not too surprised, because I knew those things can also play a part. But honestly speaking, I put my bet on Sarkodie. I knew on the day he was on top. But Kuami Eugene also did well. So congratulations to him. He had a fantastic year, and especially in 2018, that was his year. But something unfortunately happened, and it's like people feel that maybe because 2018 was like his year, winning album of the year, highlight writers of the year, the kind of, if you look at the list of popular song of the year, aside that of his personal song, he had a lot of collaborations in there.
But
so
you see,
people feel that it's like saying, okay,
no,
I say it there.
I know why you are but you see, will it not be far-fetched, because the two categories that were not announced during last year's event, we were told that it involves the two artists, that is Stonebwoy and Shatawale. So how do you then conclude that it should have been, or it could have been, Kuami Eugene, for which reason he may have been compensated with this?
If I can help you, or should I help you?
Oh, come in.
Okay, good. You are right, Abrantepa. The communique that we got from Charterhouse after the fracas was the fact that the two awards that were not given on the night, was Popular Song of the Year and Artist of the Year, were supposed to go for the two artists. In our investigations, you and I know very well that the Popular Song was supposed to go to Shatawale and Artist of the Year to Stonebwoy. So what I think he wanted to go to is the fact that when that decision was made, that the two artists have been stripped of their awards and the two categories were not going to be given, it should have made some level of sense that you give it to the next in line,
Okay.
which arguably was Kuami Eugene, because he had a very fantastic year in 2018, moving into the 2019 awards. You understand? So that's where he was trying to let you on.
Okay, right. So we'll move on to the another category that people have been.
And a quick one on the Artist of the Year. There is one thing that we should not take for granted, especially those who are saying that, oh, the big guys have been there. You see, it is not by fluke. The big guys have been there because they have worked for it. The Ghana music industry is so hot that if you are not consistent, if you are not dynamic, you get missing from the scene. So if the big guys are able to be there, let us not rubbish it or try to take it that it's not anything to say that, oh, when would they've been there. It is hard work. So we need to respect that thing.
Some things that you said that
it's not easy for you to be consistent in the music scene. So let us not do in Kolana. So the impenetrable. It's not easy to be there. It's not easy.
Another wanted to add something.
He talked about in his appreciation of Kuami Eugene winning. He talked about the public votes and the possibility that might have swayed to. For me, it's becoming exasperating that people now talk about did you vote mantra, because we have that understanding that for Artists of the Year and the other categories, and because we are talking about Artists of the Year, the voting pattern is 40% general public, 30 academy, 30 board. And so what you need to do to win is to actually win 2 blocks. And so you can actually win academy, board, and you still win the prize, which will make the public vote inconsequential. And so this did you vote mantra for me, if you say it to me, I'll smack you. Because seriously, you understand what I'm saying? It does not really apply, especially when you consider the voting party. And then you talked about there's this argument, and I made a post the last time about the fact that the argument about, the likes of Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, Shatawale, they've seen they've done it all, and so they should let it go for the younger generation. Again, that is crap. awards is based on merit. And so artists should be judged based on their level of activity within the year under review. Because when you consider the Grammys, people as old as 97 years are taking awards. Quincy Jones, as old as he is still winning awards. Jay-Z, as old as he is not being sidelined to say, oh, he's won 21 Grammys, so we should go and sleep. No, it's based on merit. And so for me, I think that argument, that notion, if we entertain it, it becomes very dangerous.
Okay, right. So we will take a break here, but before we go, Danlati happens to be one of the research members, research team, part of the research team of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. And Danlati is a blogger. He is an artist manager. He promised to shave his hair if Sarkodie doesn't win, and promise and deliver. Welcome back. It's still Bloggers Forum here on Ghana Web TV. My name is Abrantepa. Now we're moving on to another category which has generated controversy. Well, it's the Rapper of the Year, which was won by Kwesi Arthur. And just when we're about to, begin the show, we realized that Eno has released a song titled "Game of Thrones," and Eno. Bibia fine. And congrats for the performance. It appears everyone is applauding you for the performance on the night. What went into the preparation?
Every performance that we have, we go in with the mindset of delivering, so we just went in with the song that was nominated, and then we have to express whatever the song says, and so that was it.
Were you expecting to win the Rapper of the Year?
Oh yeah, why not? Since I'm a nominee, I can win.
So how did you feel when Kwesi Arthur was announced the winner?
Yeah, he was a nominee too, so there was a possibility any of us in the category could win. Yeah. I
see. Are you disappointed?
I'm not disappointed. I would have been happy if I won, but since I didn't win, I'm not disappointed. I still have to work more. Yeah.
Okay. I get the impression that I understand that yes, all of you were nominated, so everyone deserves to win, but you think you did better than him on the songs that you were nominated for?
I would say I did better than him. I don't compete with Kwesi Arthur. You understand? I just do me. So I was rooting for myself. Yeah. So whatever song that he was nominated for, the board saw it fit for the category, and that is why he was in there. So I won't discredit him that he's not like a good rapper or anything. It's just that I wanted to win and I didn't win. Yeah.
So why then did you release Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Game of Thrones is to calm my fans down. Like my fans were like, you had to win and stuff. I'm just trying to let people know that whether I get it or not, I'm still working. That's all.
Is it are you taking a dig at anyone? Because I've seen headlines. You are dissing Chatterhouse. You are dissing so and so. You are the composer of the song. You are the performer.
You have to listen to the song yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Medical says he's dedicating his award to you. The key holder. Have you seen it? Have you seen the post?
Yeah.
What's your reaction to it?
It's one of those things.
One of those things, as in?
Those things.
Oh, those things. You want me to decipher this one too?
Yeah, it's one of those things that you wake up to. So it's normal.
Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. So, what next after this song that you've expressed your feelings on?
Yeah, my new song featuring Webishe, Enough is Enough, was actually in the pipeline, before VGMA. So watch out for people should watch out for Enough is Enough. And then my lady's first album is still loading. Actually, Enough is Enough is the first song coming off the album. So
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. We wish you the best.
thank you.
Okay, so that was Eno Baroni joining us there. Quickly, let's move on to Guru. So, Maradona.
Chairman.
Your post suggests that Kuami Eugene doesn't deserve Artist of the Year.
A post no Kasamani I don't know if we can go into details. It's not even Guru alone that believes under the year under review, Kuami Eugene's own. I think it's unfortunate, but it is show business, and I don't want it to be like we trying to drag a young artist, the kind of vision and whatever he's got to deliver. So I don't want to be harsh on it because he's not a problem. The problem is the system, the show business, everything about Charterhouse, and then the board. That is the problem. So I don't want to focus much energy into he not deserving or he's not supposed to win.
If you say the board or Charterhouse is the problem, what exactly do you mean?
The board. On said for over the years, you see, I've been here for like 10 good years plus for being like jumping into the mainstream, started from Kasebo, and that has been a major problem. I think the whole song that I jumped on, Amwami, then I kind of realized after years later, I realized that most of the people, the industry players, they belong to some certain record labels. Like in some teams, either they own the record label or they play a role under some of these record labels. So it's a propagated thing. Music is an agenda, all right? We have to win. Everybody trying to be selfish. Either you deserve it or you don't. So most of these people tries to capitalize on this, stays within the touchline, and then plays some major role. But to me, I realized that for people to be winning awards and whatever in Ghana, most of these industry players they have a clique that they belong, and they trying to act like no, it's not the agenda.
Is that why you're saying that until you win the Artist of the Year, the scheme is not credible?
Currently, for an artist to come back to back for like 10 hit songs in a year under review 2014, I did that. We go home with what? We'll check. Winning, topping the nomination list, sometime 12 nominations, and go home with nothing. And he's been back to back. And the funny thing is, we'll check the year under review per the definition by a kind of saying the board about Artist of the Year. You needs to be like also we are more popular in the eyes of the people, more impact in here more, and our appearances and the songs and album, we do all that. But none of these things won me the Artist of the Year, nor even Song of the Year.
Is it not the case that those you were competing with were stronger than you are, or you were?
Yes, you are in Ghana. Don't be putting words in my mouth.
It's just a question that I asked.
No, bro. Listen. Who were they? Go and check the list. What do you think they were doing? I wasn't doing right. I was on all the platforms, headlining this sports stadium shows, representing almost based in Accra or Kumasi alone. We go far, Chairman.
That point is well made. I'm looking at your statement questioning the credibility of the scheme. And I'm asking that a year where Guru doesn't release songs, does it mean that we shouldn't organize it at all? Because you are saying until you win, the scheme is not credible.
No. You see, whatever I stated, and I made sure was here, sir, is Ghana music is not about me alone. It's about everybody. I'm talking about they being credible. If me pushy say, if I drop back to back, the agenda is to win the artist of the year again. And I go back to back, make the 2-3 hit songs, being all over the place, dropping the album and making more impact. Now I'm for Mamia. Then I will say, you guys still more credible. And I've been doing that and it's not happening. So I won't say, the year and the review, and I've not done anything. Did I ever made any statements? Even last year, I deserved the most popular song, the most artist of the year thing. I never made emphasis on that. So that one did. Yeah, I'm making any statement based on.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us, and that was Guru. Let's come back. Arnold,
Yes,
I mean, we'll touch on what they've said, but let's look at Kwesi Arthur winning Rapper of the Year. Are you? Yes, you say we should expect anything in terms of the VGMAs, but who were you expecting to win, or who did you think was stronger than Kwesi Arthur, or he deserves it?
Of course, he deserves it, but I felt, and I still feel that Eno did better. His performance, his raw performance on the song that was submitted. Because let's be mindful, the best rapper of the year doesn't go to whoever rapped throughout the year. It is for your rap performance on the song.
Yeah.
And listening to the two songs, I felt Eno was better in her delivery than Kwesi Arthur. Kwesi Arthur is a gem when it comes to rap, but the respective songs that were submitted, I genuinely feel Eno did better. And so, and again, although it was for 2019, I also feel Eno generated a lot of buzz with regards to her rap skills than Kwesi Arthur. Kwesi Arthur was more of the Afro pop singing kind of. But well, once is a technical award. I do not know what the committee members were looking out for. However, I feel well he deserves it. He's a good rapper. There's no two ways about it. But Eno was better for him.
There have been calls that naming the category Rapper of the Year, it's inappropriate, especially when it is just a song. So it should rather be
Best rap
song or best rap performance.
Best rap performance.
No, but you see, it's understandable. And I agree to that school of thought. Because when you look at the Grammy, for example, the BETs and all, they do have best rap performance on a song. The reason is that you have the likes of Drake, Kendrick, and the others doing pop songs as well. And so you need to be very specific in exactly what you're awarding them for. And so that's how come they have the best rap performance on a song as a category definition or category name. However, to the defense of Charterhouse and the board, there's an explanation to the award category name. So apart from you having best rapper of the year, they go down and explain exactly what they are looking out for. You get it? The performance on a song that is submitted for review. But I do agree that to clear all the confusion and
they can do a review of it.
We can change the name to best rap performance on a song, so that nobody will mistake it to mean the best rapper within the year under review. You must have been rapping your head off for the entire year. So that change is understandable.
Adam,
do you have the category definition there?
Yes, so the best rapper of the year is adjudged by the Academy, board and general public as the rap artist with the best word compositions, rhymes, and rap dexterity on a popular song released in the year under review.
Yeah, aside the name for the category, which I think needs a review, looking at the description for the category, I think it is more technical, because if you talk about words composition, if you talk about dexterity, if you talk about rhyme, it is more technical. So I think the public voting aspect should be taken away. And like we do it for the male vocalists, female vocalists of the year, we should do it for rapper of the year, because rap is technique. It is not even the way you flow and how you switch in your flow and how you punch. Rap, the energy, rap is technique. So I think it should be more technical. They should take away the public voting and leave it to the board and the academy, like we do it for the vocalist of the year. You know, it is an award scheme which started some year ago. I think it has not been static. There has been some level of dynamism, changes, which has, you know, gotten us to this 21st century, 21st edition. So I think it is not late. They can look at the review of that category, because that's more technical. So they can look at it and do some twist, one or two. But aside that, I think I've listened to the songs. The songs the various artists were nominated for. And if you look at, you'll be tempted to go for Eno, but if you check what Kwesiata did on his song, clearly, if you look at his flow, it was fantastic. And it is not just the flow. If you listen to the flow, there is variation in the styles, and he switches, comes back, and the punches were not too strong like Eno's song. You know, when you look at the definition again, words composition, Eno's song clearly fits for that. If you listen to how he jabs indirectly and how he tries to throw words around, clearly you will go for. But if one of the things which makes rap beautiful mostly is the flow, Kwesiata's flow on that song was superb. So I think he deserves it. Congratulations to him. All the rappers should, you know, keep working hard. They are making the industry sweet.
So Eno was Voice of Truth.
Yeah.
T-Flow, God's Own, Sako, They're Bleeding, Strong Man Ups and Downs, ELF, Hubei, Medical,
the bleeding,
and Kwesi Arthur, Thoughts of Kenatha 5.
Yeah.
But
if you play on the song, you see bleeding. If you are not, if it is not the aura or the name Sarkodie has made for himself, clearly the bleeding was very weak for that. If you look at what Strongman did on the song, what other people did on their song, you know, Sarkodie, we know, was not himself on that bleeding song. It was just ordinary.
But some will disagree with you, because I've heard a lot of people also saying Sarkodie's one of his best rap deliveries was on bleeding. So
comparative to the songs on in that category.
Okay. Quickly before we go on break, your comments on the interviews, Eno and Guru.
Well, I think
wherever you want to take it from.
Well, I saw one thing. You know, you know, she was, you know, mature in her reaction. You know, he took it in good faith. He took it in good strides. He was not trying to sound bitter, and I think that is good. She should keep working hard, you know, and you know, her response to Medical was fantastic. And talking about Guru, he should put those things behind him. If you don't put those things behind you, it will be difficult for you, you know, for you to assert yourself and move on. It's like he is carrying a sort of bitterness from those times, and that is still playing in his head.
Arnold.
Well, you know, is super intelligent, and I like the exhibition of maturity that she showed us with the interview. And you see, I'm in love with her mindset, because as an artist, your primary focus should not be about awards. It should be about the career. See, awards are a compliment. It's an addition to the craft. So if you win it, it's only an endorsement of a certain achievement within a particular time. It doesn't define the career. So there have been a lot of artists, high-profile artists, who have had stellar careers, but without winning awards. Bob Marley is one. And so, as an artist, you have that mindset that, listen, your goal is not the awards. It's about brand positioning. How much revenue you are able to generate to that brand. If the awards come along the line, fine. So that kind of mindset is what the other artist should have. Again, she was not disrespectful to any other person who won ahead of her. You get it, and I really like that vibe. And for Guru, you see, I did not begrudge him for expressing his opinion, especially with the Kuami Eugene win. However, I have a problem when he wants to make the current situation about him. First of all, you are not even in contention for 2019-2020 VGMA that we recently had. You are discussing something that transpired 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and questioning the credibility of the music awards. Mind you, this same gentleman has won awards before. So at that point when he was winning, credibility of the scheme was good. But at points where he was not winning, you question the credibility. It makes you look like, you understand?
Hypocrisy.
Yes, I don't want to use the word, but it makes you look some way. So for me, I think, unless of course he wants to be part of the hype, and there's nothing wrong with it. You understand? Be part of the conversation, because this is about the third platform that I've heard him reacting to that commentary, and so you are biting into the hype, you are biting into the conversation. That's fine, but don't make it about you. You understand? We are discussing the VGMAs that were transpired last night or over the weekend, and you are not part of it. So it's okay if you are expressing your opinion, but don't make it about you. We are done with the era where you were supposed to win, you didn't win, where you were supposed to compete, you didn't compete. You understand? So for me, I think he should slow down. I mean, yes, bite into the hype, but don't make it about you.
All right, so we will take a break. When we come, the final one will be quite very short. I will give the panelists the platform to talk about where, if it's emceeing, the audience, red carpet, and anything about the show, and then we'll wrap up. Now, talking about the red carpet, James Gardner has been trending. So they say he's been saying amazing. He said amazing on the red carpet for 27 times. You are looking amazing. It's amazing. Have an amazing show. In fact, you are going for an amazing break. When we return, we will continue.
Have an amazing night. Regina, you look amazing. You look amazing. You look amazing. Look, let me not hold you on for too long. Have an amazing night. You look amazing. I'm very well. You look amazing. Have an amazing night. You look amazing. You look so amazing. Loving your outfit. I mean, look behind you. This is amazing. Look, have an amazing evening. Look, you look so amazing. Have an amazing time. You look amazing. But look, you look amazing, and have an amazing night as well. You look amazing. I can't believe it. You look so amazing. I love your mask, by the way. It's amazing. I wish you an amazing night. Right then have an amazing night, Aisha. An amazing job. Have an amazing night. Have an amazing night. You look amazing. Hopefully, we have an amazing night.
Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum here on Ghana Web TV. My name is Abrantepa, and I'm doing this with Arnold Asamoah Bedu and Edem. The final lap, we are looking at some other issues that has got to do with the awards. Performance, emceeing, red carpet, the audience, the organization in general. So let me begin with Arnold on this note. Arnold, your general, overview.
I think generally was a good show. I mean, and you cannot place that away from Charterhouse. I mean, they've been doing this for the past 20 years. This is the 21st edition. So when it comes to the organization of the event, it was expected. My only issue had to do with the lack of lighting for the audience, because on the Saturday event, we did not see the audience participation. It was so dark. And usually I always said awards scheme, the audience play a pivotal role, especially when it's being recorded for TV. So if you do not place a lot of lighting on the audience, I'm not too sure what it's all about. Apart from that, I felt the organization was on point. Technical detail, light, sound. For those of the guys who were on the auditorium, they complained about fluctuation with the power. But for those of us who were watching, we did not really get that vibe. And so generally, big ups to Charterhouse. Performances, 80% of the performance did well. For me, aside Kofi Kinata and Kwesi Arthur. Kwesi Arthur's entry did not move me, because I mean we've seen a lot of artists come on stage with motorbikes, and so there was nothing extraordinary about that entry. Aside that, almost every artist brought the A game, from Episode to Nakores to Adina, Kuami, Eugene, Kidi. Almost everybody did well on that platform. Red carpet. The issue with red carpet is, I figure that most of the red carpet presenters do not take the work or the job seriously. And so you could actually see some level of unpreparedness with some of the presenters. Because you see, the red carpet segment is another important or integral part of the scheme, where that platform is fashioned for the projection of fashion designers and fashion statements for that segment. And so it's a very critical part of the event. And so once you are given the contract as a host, you are supposed to take it seriously. Do your research, because you know that you are going to be talking to a lot of people in that space. People that are coming from different sectors, acting, movies, philanthropy, and all that stuff. And so you need to do research. And that's how come I always rate somebody like Amanda Gisi as one of the best red carpet hosts. Why? Because she knows. She's well informed about almost every personality in the industry, and she does her research. And so before you come onto that platform, apart from asking you who are you wearing, she asks related questions concerning your craft or concerning your activity within that space. And so for me, I think there was some level of unpreparedness on the part of Gardner and then Regina.
Adam.
Well, I think it was a fantastic show, because considering the season in which we found ourselves, people were thinking they will be limited in terms of their organization, but they proved that indeed Charterhouse is a powerhouse when it comes to events organization. Kudos to them. One of the problems I had was the stage. You know, considering the fact that this year it was strictly by invitation, they had a lot of space to, you know, extend the stage. But for me, I saw the stage as very small. You know, when EL came in with a choir, I realized that their creativity was limited. Episode with his group, the creativity was limited. You know, so I was asking, what are they using the space for? Because you did not have your regular, you know, patrons, so you can extend the stage and, you know, do whatever you wanted. But that aside, I think the stage design was beautiful. You know, the effect was very, very nice. And some were complaining about the patrons who were feeling, you know, very big to, you know, cheer up the performance. I think it might largely be the situation we find ourselves, where people are a little skeptical about, you know, going about their usual duty because of the COVID era. They want to be very cautious with how they do things. That aside, I think we had a fantastic organization. The MCs on the night, KOD, Bellamundi, were superb. You know, KOD, he's trying to win that spot when it comes to MCing the VGMA. You know, he's one guy.
He's trying to.
Yeah, because he's one guy. After the show, I barely see a lot of critics about his output on the night. You know,
but the construction that he's trying to win, it's killed you.
Yeah. What I'm saying, what I'm going to say is that he's working hard to win that spot for himself.
So he's saying, has he not won it already?
Okay, that's what he wants to say.
But has he not won it already? The affection of the observers or general populace. I understand your point. He's won it, but the reason I made that point was the
sort of changes.
But he's hosted it for I think this is his 4th or 5th time of hosting VGMAs.
Yeah.
You understand?
So I think he's winning it.
He doesn't want you to know that. He's won it.
Okay,
he's won.
I mean, it's your view, but I
no, but the view must be back with the facts. But see, my issue with points on the KO debate, I think he did well. My issue with him, he's a legend when it comes to event hosting and all that stuff. I think they're wasting of time because you see, we were supposed to be working with time, considering the COVID, protocols and all.
Yeah.
By 2 hours should be done. This issue about trying to sing, trying to make improvisations, I think it was unnecessary. Stick to the script and let's move. That's my only issue with KOD, but aside that, I think he and Bella were spot on. And
I like the Amrado bit. I think it showed that Charterhouse is really in the industry and they are watching the space. It is very innovative on the part of the young man. He's doing this on social media and he's really, getting the attention. And for Charterhouse to pick him to do that segment ahead of the program, I think it was spot on. It is good, Charterhouse has done well considering the situation we find ourselves. Kudos to them and all the winners on the night. We wish them all the best. And I want to say, especially with regards to the Celestine Donko, I think she's really done well with the Agbebelo song and the kind of collaboration. There is something we call artist generosity, where artists who are so big go down there to pick someone to put him in the spot. It is not easy for people to do that, and she's really done it very well with Inshira Gideon, and kudos to her and the team for believing in the boy, and they should keep winning.
All right, so that's how we end this episode of Bloggers Forum. Thank you for watching, and thank you guys for joining me. Adam Chotome. I hope I got it. Adam writes for the spectatoronline.com, Arnold Asamoah writes for entertainmentgh.com. My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantepa.